Hey, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time from Deshonde. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos or topics, whatever it may be, commentaries, re-reviews, whatever, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And Deshonde had a topic of what would I do with the Suicide Squad? What would I do with a movie of the Suicide Squad? And that was a bit tough to think of for a minute because I'm not the most familiar with the source material. I didn't grow up reading comics. I've seen an animated film and then the two feature films. So I'm not familiar what all the different theorizations of the Suicide Squad happen to be. And then I thought, well, DC did the Batman versus TMNT, which I always thought was a weird idea. It was an idea I was never really into. Because Batman versus TMNT, I'm like, well, I already know it's not going to be them fighting. If they did, Batman would win by himself, which is what happened when they did the movie. And then, okay, they won't fight Batman's villains, but not really, because they're mutants creatures, so it's like, okay, they didn't really fight Batman's villains, they just fought mutant versions of them. I thought that was rather lame. I'd rather see, if you don't have DC mixed in with Ninja Turtles, I would rather have them mixed in with the Suicide Squad. Whether somehow they get arrested and they think it's like one of these guys and then they have to be part of the Suicide Squad. I think that would be interesting. So you have the Suicide Squad and the TMNT is part of it and they're on some mission. Kind of like the new movie. Like if you had the new movie and like TMNT from the 2003 cartoon or the 90s movie are in it, maybe a bit more serious. That would have been interesting. And like with a movie, I liked Will Smith at Deadshot. I would have him come back. He was. Someone said he was busy doing something else. Schedule couldn't do it, but I would have Will Smith come back as Deadshot. I like the Teen Shark character. I think Stallone did a great job voicing the character. In fact, I think that'd be cool if Teen Shark and Raphael fought, and then Teen Shark wanted to be his friend, because I just imagine Teen Shark hugging him and him going, "Oh shit." I just see Raphael saying, "Ah shit." And Mikey say, "Oh, you made a good friend." And then Teen Shark gets at Mikey, and then Rap's like, "Oh yeah, I did make a good friend." So I could maybe see that being parted into the equation. But like story-wise, I mean, sadly, I mean, the new Suicide Squad, I didn't mind the story. I didn't mind the villain they chose. It's a very unique villain, Starro. Something like that I thought is appealing. I would lessen Harley Quinn. I know Harley Quinn is a very popular character, so that's why I would not be the right choice to be controlling it. Because Harley Quinn's a popular character, and I'm like, I'd either not have Harley Quinn in it, uh, you can't kill her off because people would be too pissed off. Idea Harley Quinn, I would just not have be a part of it. Or if she has to be a part of it, it'd be a smaller role. Or maybe a substantially smaller role. Or something to that effect. If I needed to have Harley Quinn in there. Maybe there's a point in the movie where there's a big disagreement and one team's fighting the other. And they're in the middle of it, and then Amanda Waller pretty much has to put a stop to it. Says, "I'm gonna blow all your heads up if you don't stop it." There's points where the teams have to be separated. So I want. I love the idea in the movie, the new one, where they were killing people. They didn't realize it was the freedom fighters. I wouldn't have the TMNT there. I'd have them somewhere else. And then they realize it. They come back and What the fuck? The fuck did you do? Or they'd be in there with Rick Flag, and then they'd be in the same boat as Joel Kinnaman's character and the Freedom Fighter lady. Oh, how come my team didn't invite you in like these guys? And you see the turtles there, and Mike just like, hey guys, because that's what Mikey would do, and then that's where you get the realization. Plus you get Raphael to go to Will Smith and go, you stupid fuck. You stupid fuck. And then that could maybe lead into the fight between the two, and then Amanda Waller is like, shut the fuck up, move on, do the job. I said that'd be nice, like you have some tension with them, and then the other team gets the redemption, wanting to do the right thing, and then you have this, as thin it may be, this respect and all that jazz. But yeah, a lot of what happened in the Suicide Squad I did enjoy. Like I said, like the pacing issues and less Harley Quinn. Like now I have the Harley Quinn solo movie, mini movie. But yeah, a lot of what James Gunn did, like that opening where a lot of those team members got killed off, I thought that was fun. It was an interesting way, and it made sense with the Suicide Squad. And to me, I'd be like, okay, if this is so important, send as many as you can. Have 3 teams of people. You know, it result more action, more spectacle, and more deaths. I would try to add in a bit more practical gore as well. I'm not sure what other villains are big in the Suicide Squad mythos of comics, so I don't know. Like you have the Starro, the big villain. I don't know if there's like maybe mini villains the Suicide Squad went after or deal with. Like maybe the bad guys have their own special unit of team. That would be interesting. Like you have the random soldiers. Imagine 3 levels. You have the random soldiers, and then you have the second level, which is a team similar to the Suicide Squad, where they have either powers or special skills, and Suicide Squad have to deal with them, and then Starro, the big bad, and have all of them take a point in destroying this thing. Like if you want to have Harley Quinn open it up with her damn javelin to make way for Teen Shark to go in and munch it, and I don't know, maybe the others they like take both the legs out so it won't go anywhere and it's able to stand still long enough for, I don't know. Again, I don't know all the details. And that's the thing with DC. I don't know if DC like worked with the Ninja Turtles, if that's only can be done animated film form. That's the Batman vs. TMNT. Because also they were in that video game where the Turtles were featured. The fighting game. Injustice, I believe. So I don't know if like with DC if it's animated form or they can do that live action form. It's interesting like DC has that deal with be able to deal with the Ninja Turtles. Because like movie form, like the movies, they've been with Paramount recently with Michael Bay's bullshit. So I don't know if that's like different. So maybe it would have to be animated. But okay, if it's animated, you know, say what I just said, but animated form. If it means after this, then I don't know all the details of what Suicide Squad members you could use and not use. because I didn't grow up much with DC comics. I if I did grow with comics, it's either a bit more Marvel, Spider-Man, Punisher, or the Ninja Turtle comic books, or like maybe Preacher, which I have up there, Preacher comics, which was Vertigo slash DC. Says technically as DC, but Vertigo. And like DC, like maybe the Death and Return of Superman, which I have the omnibus right here of that. But yeah, I didn't grow up a lot about it, so maybe I'm the wrong to ask on that. But I mean, with me, I'm a Ninja Turtles fan. I would fit them in every fucking thing. So and I think in this it would make a bit more sense since a lot of them it's more about fighting skills or they have a little bit of powers, but it's not Superman or even Flash level of power dynamics, if that makes sense. Plus that quirky weirdness Ninja Turtles kind of fits with that ball game in that area. Plus this used to use this picture which I found, which I thought was a really cool picture. And maybe by the third act they can utilize that. Fight fire with fire, so to speak. But yeah, that's stuff I would like to see. I would like to... If they did, like I said, if that TMNT Suicide Squad would make more sense to me than TMNT Batman. Because Batman's going to do everything. Kind of does. So it makes the Ninja Turtles kind of pointless in that movie. Really. Kind of pointless. Well, that's not fair to say. Truly, technically they weren't. Because they did this and this. So, I'm being over the top on that. But I just... yeah, I think this would be a better fit. Plus the chance to see Ninja Turtles R-rated, which is something I wish I could see one day, but it will never happen, only in my dreams. Of course, the way Hollywood would do it, probably in my nightmares. And yeah, I mean, it's sad that Suicide Squad is bombing because of people are tired going to the theaters because people are out of the habit of going to the theaters. And like, you know what? I don't really miss this quite as much. Plus, releasing it on streaming the same day. So people are like, fuck yeah, I'm just going to sit home and watch it on there. Or bootleg it. Then go to the theater. But yeah, I think that's a pretty fun, decent movie that I would not mind picking up the Blu-ray when it comes out. And yeah, sadly bombed. But yeah, that's what I would do. I would have Will Smith come back as Deadshot. Keep most of the cast there. Maybe add more. Try to find stuff in the comic books that, oh, this person, that's weird. Maybe have 3 teams. And so they get dwindled down and all 3 get together and go forward. I would pick more songs for the soundtrack. I would get for composer. I would do an Out of the Blue field and get John Carpenter. I know it's out of the field, but I want to see what John Carpenter would do with a Suicide Squad soundtrack. I really would. Like maybe like Steve from New York, a song Precinct 13, even like Crazy Rumors, Big Trouble in China, or like what he could do with that. That would be nice. Just John Carpenter, he's doing a lot more like music. He loves playing music. He loves doing little concert shows. Seems like that's more where his passion is right now. And song-wise, I don't know, part of me wants to do what they did with Maximum Overdrive. Like Maximum Overdrive, everything was done to AC/DC. Right, they did the score and the songs, but like song-wise, like if it was all on Metallica, like all the songs were Metallica, all the songs, like you had Queen with Flash Gordon. But again, that's they did the score too. If Metallica did composing as well, it would work better than fucking Nothing Else Matters instrumental and Jungle Cruise. If Jar Jar didn't do it, yeah, do the whole fucking thing with the Metallica score and songs. I think that'd be pretty badass. Directing wise, I mean, James Gunn did a good job directing it. Or if you want to keep him as the writer of the film, you get, I don't know, the guys who did the John Wick films that direct it. There you go. The guys who did the John Wick films that direct it. James Gunn, keep him as creator, you know, creativity, writing style. And there you go. But yeah, with that said, I don't know what else to say. Sorry if the video isn't much to Sean. But thanks for watching. Take care. And we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.